Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Nigerian chinchin. So here I have flour, milk, sugar, baking powder, egg, and whole nutmeg, which and oil for frying. So get a clean bowl. I like to start with the dry ingredients first. So I'm adding my flour, add sugar, add baking powder, then mix thoroughly. So continue to mix thoroughly. Now we're gonna add the room temperature butter into the flour and then mix slowly with your hand until you form some kind of crumbs. So make a hole in the middle of the flour, then add your egg, then start closing the flour into the egg and mix gently. Now add your milk gently and mix. Also, I added water, but I don't know, I didn't get the footage, but add water. The measurement will be in the description below. Add water slowly, so you don't want like a watery dough. You want something thick enough to form chinchin. You don't want something too watery, something thick. So add your water slowly and slowly. So now I'm just gonna set aside the dough for like 5 minutes. Yeah, so the ingredients can fully. So in your workspace or your chopping board, sprinkle a little bit of flour, and now check out my cute pizza cutter. Some people use knife, but I recommend getting a pizza cutter because it makes the work easier. So now I'm gonna put my dough, I'm gonna split it into two so I can start making the chinchin. So you're gonna flatten out that dough roll it out, roll out that dough. I just remember a chinchin story. I remember back in Nigeria growing up, when we used to, back in church, we had this woman. She was a banker and she would make this incomparable chinchin that everybody would rush. She used to sell it behind in the boot of her car or trunk, like Americans say. And everybody would rush that chinchin like it was so good. That was like a side hustle. She made one of the best chinchin. I don't know, my mom never really got that chinchin. And she sold it for like 500 naira or so. She never really got that chinchin, but that chinchin was so good. Everybody would like rush to get that chinchin after church from her. So after rolling it flat out like this, I'm gonna start making horizontal or vertical lines depending on how you're angled, like this. And then you cut it small. You don't want to cut it too small so it doesn't absorb oil. You want to like cut it into like little box. And so many people cut chinchin different ways. Some people cut it small like this, and some people cut it very long. Some people make different shapes depending on your preference, but I like to cut it into little box shape like that. So I'm just going to keep doing it for the rest of the dough, and then we can start frying. So in a clean bowl, I'm gonna put my chinchin chops there and then spread it out. It could be sticking together. All you have to do is just sprinkle a little bit of flour so they don't stick together, because they're gonna like be set aside for a while you fry, so they don't stick together. So I'm just going to put all my chin chops and then we can start frying. So now I'm gonna conduct a quick oil test. After heating the oil for like 2 minutes, and I pull my dough. If it floats up fast, it's too hot. If it doesn't float up at all, it is not hot. It has to float up gently before I start frying. So now I've added my chinchin. You don't want to crowd the oil, and you can use any kind of oil to fry it. So you're just gonna turn it that consistently from time to time, because if you crowd the chinchin, it's just going to end up soaking too much oil. And some people like to take out their chinchin when it's like kind of like, I won't call it white, but it's not brown. But I like to take my own. I don't really like chinchin that looks like milky. I don't know if I should call it milky or like white, but I like it kind of brown. You're gonna see the color shortly. So I'm just going to let it fry for a while, and then I'm gonna take it out. And you don't want it to be too brown before you take it out, because it's just gonna be too brown when you take it out. So just take a look at the color of at which I bring the chinchin out, and when it settles you can see it turns browner. So you don't have to wait for it to be too dark before you get it out, because if you do that it's just going to be too dark. And then before I fry my next batch, I'm going to just turn off my cooker so the oil can cool down, and then I do my oil test again. You don't want to fry it immediately after bringing out this oil. It's just gonna be too hot. It's just, yeah, so you want to wait for the oil to cool down. Do the oil test again before you start frying. So you can see I'm putting it in a paper towel, so you just use that so it can soak up the oil and let it cool down for like 2 to 5 minutes before you put it in a airtight container. So it's okay to just spread out the chinchin in that towel. As you fry more, just put it out and spread it out so it can cool off before you put it in an airtight container. This is just a bowl of chinchin I got from the African store. You can see they use coconut, so you can also use coconut flavor if you want, which will make it more richer. And that bowl can fill 3 cups. Yeah, so thanks for watching.